I hope you are ready. Now, knowing all of this table over here, actually this one, actually this one is not good. All right, in reality, right, you should just this is not good. All right, this is not a good example over here because you cannot identify the sales rep. So you have to actually create. Let me just go here quickly. Cannot. Maybe the ID. All right. You want the ID over here, so that you can link this over to here. Then whenever you have a new customer, you can straight away assign to the particular sales rep. This is how you build the system now, right? How you're going to build your database. In other words, is how you want to systematically arrange your data. Normalize is like how you're going to systematically arrange your data. Is it okay? Okay, let us go down over here to the entity relationship diagram. Very important. If you see this star means it's very important, right? Now you know all this, how to normalize means how you simplify the table and how to manage your table in a more effective way and efficient way. Now we want to learn about the relationship because you want to keep things simple, right? Over here, can you see this one? Let's just look at the first form over here, right? This is the first form. In this first form, all the data is inside one table. So okay, you don't need to care about anything. You just put all the information inside and just run the thing. But when you come down to second form onwards, you will break your chunk of data or information into multiple tables, right? When you break this chunk of data, all right, into multiple tables, what is the problem? The problem is whether this table are linked or not, right? How to link this table, okay? Because now the information is not in a straight row. It is now broken into different tables. And the problem is you will have multiple tables and you need to define the relationship between these tables. All right? So over here, that's why we need to learn the entity relationship diagrams. All right? Normalize the table. Now, from the normalized table, you want to make sure that these tables are related. Because why is it important for you to connect this table? If you don't connect this one to here, you see this. Just go like this. Okay, if you don't connect this to here, and then you don't connect this one to the customer, what happened is that you will not know, all right? You will not know what is this thing, a big question mark, right? Let's go zoom in here. You don't know, right? You don't know what is this. If only this table, if you only have this table, right? You don't know what is this thing. This information that you have over here, you don't know what it is. Unless you connect this table and then this product to here, okay? Then only you can know that, okay, this order is on this date, and then this order is on this span, and then this price, and then this order is from this customer, and then this customer is this person. Can you see that? You need to also have a relationship, right, between the tables. Is it okay? Is it clear? Am I am I like making you more confused now? Are you okay with that? Or just wait for time to finish? Never mind. All right. We need to properly draw a diagram to show this relationship. Okay. Over here, this relationship, right? You need to have a proper diagram to illustrate the relationship. So the first thing you want to know is, what is this diagram, right? Entity relationship diagram. Basically to tell you about the relationship lah. And what is entity? Okay, entity is the people, all right? It can be place, is it clear? And then it can also be things. These are all the terms, all right? We are trying to learn the vocabulary first, the term, then how to apply to the example we have on top, all right? That is tracked in the database, okay? That is tracked in the database. Now, entity is what? Entity can be person, it can be place, it can be things, okay? That is tracked in the database. So over here, entity, we can see from this one is, let us look from the second form, all right? Second form is the easiest form for us to look at, okay? We can say that the customer is the first entity, okay? And then we got the product, and order, and order details. All right, these are all the entities. All right, these are all the entities that is inside this database. All right, I think this one is clear just now. Okay, okay. And each of these entities, you want to record their attribute. The attributes. Just a recap lah. This is a recap from just now, the one that I explained earlier. Why I should recap this one? Because in the table you will have this term later on, alright? So how do you draw the entity in the entity relationship diagram, ERD? It is simply represented by a box and a line over here. So let's say over here is the customer. Okay, and there is another line over here. This side you will put in the attributes. The attributes is, let us go back up here and see the attribute. Let us just look at the second form. We got the customer name, address, the ID first, right? Customer ID, name, address, region, and sales rep. So over here you have the customer ID, customer name, address. I'm actually over here. You can see that there's the relationship over here, right? But it's not clear. You can see these are the table and the third NF, all right, or the second NF, and the relationship is not clear. So how to make it clear? We need to use this diagram over here. So I'm now illustrating to you how to draw the diagram. Okay, and in doing so, right, there are a few key things that we need to look at. All right, there are a few key things that we need to look at. So bear with me. I am showing you the example over here. Address, what we have some more. Region, sales rep, right? Region and then sales rep. Okay. The color okay? Can you see the color? Alright. Boleh nampak the color? We are creating all of these four things. We are creating all these four things. Just bear with me. Let us create another entity over here, which is the product. And over here is a line. Later I will tell you what is this line about. Okay. In the product we have what? Product ID, name, and price. Let me just speed up. Product ID. Was it product name? Did I put product name or name? Product name. Product name and price. Okay, I forgot to tell you. This example I will show you in the Microsoft Access. Okay, this is the theory part. In the Microsoft Access, you actually perform it. You actually practice it out. Then we have. Let me just take away this one. No more space. Very quick. Just bear with me. Alright, over here we have another table. We call the order. So let us look at here. These are all the order, right? Where is it? Order ID, customer ID, and order date. Okay, is it okay? We are creating the entity now. Okay, entity. We are drafting out the entity over here, and then we have the order details. Let me just. Let me just put here is 2NF lah, right? 3NF we need to have more time to draw one more table, but just to speed on order details. Okay. Order details. What we have? order ID, product ID, and quantity. Okay, done. Okay, now can you see this is the entity relationship diagram? The first step, which is to draw all the entity. Entity is one, right? I'll draw all this entity with the attribute. This is the attributes, all right? Okay, entity with attributes. Is it okay? Are you all here? Are you all here with me? Over there, are you still here? Still here? Huh? Later, you know, what I'm afraid is I shock sendiri, you know. You know what is shock sendiri, right? Like, you become so excited by yourself. You all okay? You all know what I'm doing over here? Okay, so let me just go back over here. Okay, now this is the first step to draw the entity relationship diagram. Now this one is simply the picture over here, right? We just translate over here. Now of course the diagram is not complete without the relationship, right? So what is the relationship, right? Relationship describe how entities interact with each other. So it means how these customer interact with the product, how the product interact with the order, and then all the order interact with the order details. And over here is a different relationship, different lines, or they call this the cardinals, the cardinalities. Alright, the cardinalities. Cardinalities is this one, right? Define the relationship by numerical context. Basically the minimum value and the max. The relationship by over here, relationship is just a line, you know. If this person with this person is relationship, means there's a line, right? But the line itself is not complete because this relationship might have a different numeric context. Numeric context in terms of like this, you know. Can one customer have a lot of orders? This kind of argument in terms of a numerical context. Can one order has a lot of customer? This is kind of question. You understand what I'm trying to say? So relationship is just a line between one entity with another entity, how they interact. That is clear, right? But if you see just this one, right? Customer ID to this order over here. Let me just draw this line to here. They are interact because customer ID is here, right? And then customer ID is here again. Can you see that? But the question here is in numerical terms, how are we going to differentiate or how are we going to define? We need to draw some cardinal over here. Cardinalities, alright. And over here there is different way to define. So let's say over here is 1. It means that if you draw this line over here, it means that customer can only have one order, which is not logic, right? Can the customer has only one order? It is, yeah, it is true, the minimum. Remember over here, the minimum and maximum, right? It is true that the minimum is one order and the maximum is over here is many, all right? many. So it is represented by two cardinals over here. So over here, one and only. So you draw a double line to your friend, means you're one and only lah, alright? Over here is 0 and 1. Over here 1 too many, 1 to 0. No, not 1, this is 0, right? 0 to many. These are the relationship between the entity, and then how you determine the relationship in terms of numerical form, all right, in numerical context, the minimum and the maximum. So here we can see that a customer can have a one order or many, right? So you will draw this line over here like this. Okay, draw it nicely, right? Draw it nicely in the one or many. Okay, and then from the order to the customer, all right, from the order to the customer, you should only have a. Okay, this is the interesting part of this diagram, is to determine the relationship between one entity with another entity, one entity with another entity. All right, this is the interesting part of this diagram over here. First, you need to think, are they related, right? How they interact. First is, we see from customer to the order, customer can have one order, customer can have multiple order, right? But from the order to the customer, can order one order, all right? One customer, right, can have one order and can have multiple orders, right? But can one order has one customer? One order can have one customer, right? So over here is one. But can one order has multiple customer? It is not logical, right? Because let's say I place this single bottle, all right, and then this bottle belongs to me, right? So the order inside the order is the product, right? There might be multiple products inside the order. Later you can see the link to another products, right? But the thing is that this order belongs to me, right? And then it cannot belongs to another customer. So this is only one line over here, all right? In certain case, you can book multiple order. Multiple customer can book single order. It also works. For example, you want to book Grab, all right? Book like group, in group. Okay, is that work? Do you try before group Grab? No. Is there a function to book Grab in a group? Or the food, right? The food. I think the food, right? When the food delivery for the Grab, right? There's a function for you to choose group, right? So it still makes sense in that case. So ultimately, it's how you define whatever. This one is the one that determines your assignment. All right. How you create your business proposal, how you create the system to fit to your proposal. All right. If you create a simple one, then you have a simple things, but your marks will be simple. If you create a complex one and you can depict it out nicely, then you will have a better marks. Alright, that would be differentiate between A and B students. Shouldn't be C. Alright, I think you all are either A or B. Alright, so okay, so far so good. Are you clear with this one? Good. So let us go one more example over here. Let's say order ID. Okay. Before that one, all right. This one clear already, all right. No more time already. So I need to explain another key important concept, which is to complete the diagram, all right. Another key important concept is the primary key and the foreign key. Okay. First, these are all the three criteria for a primary key. A primary key should be unique. It means unique. Unique means what? Not same, right? What's it? Yeah, one of the kind. Yeah, one of the kind. Very good. One of the kind. So if you look, I got no more time, but if you look over here, never mind over here, this table over here, customer ID is unique because we're gonna assign only one ID to a customer, but the customer name will change, right? Customer name is not unique. Maybe there's one Azad over here, and then there's another Azad, another place, right? There might be one Kenny here, another Kenny in another place, right? So that is changing, never changing, right? So primary key shouldn't be changing. That's why we'll only pick the one that is unique. Unique means unique also it never change. I'm trying to say over here, unique. All right, unique means it is one of a kind. So we're going to assign certain values to that particular attribute on the entity so that it is unique. All right, and then it never change. It means, for example, maybe the name of the person will not change, but the address can change, right? Address change. So if address change means you cannot pick address as the primary key already. Never null. Null means no value, 0. Okay, never null. So in certain case, you want to fill in the office phone number, so it's null, right? So in that sense, that attribute cannot become a primary key. So if you look at the example over here, of course, it is obvious to you that the primary key is this one, EK. All right, not player key, but primary key. Okay. Of course, you cannot have the customer name because customer name there might be similar customer name. Address might change. Address might be same between different. Inside a house, maybe four person of you, right? And then you might have same address. And then if this same address, then you cannot become primary key already, right? The role of the primary key. Region also is the same region, then it's not unique anymore. Sales rep also, one sales rep can have multiple customer, representing multiple customer. It is not the primary key anymore. So primary key over here is basically a special key to represent the whole entity. Okay, it is a special key or unique key to represent the entity. And we got over here the foreign key. Foreign key is same as primary key. It is just located in a foreign place. It means it is located in another entity's attribute. So can be repeated, can have multiple foreign key in one entity table. So here is the foreign key. All right. This is the logic of primary key and foreign key. And There's also one which is the composite key, which is a combination of usually two foreign key. So there is, you can see over here, product ID and order ID. Okay, very fast. Here to here and here to here. Over here is primary key, and over here is foreign key. To identify this table over here, it's very hard to identify this table because you might have, just go back over here, you can see these two things, right? It's not a primary key because it is repeated, right? Over here on this order details, we already reached up to here, so it's a foreign key from the product, from the order table. It can have multiple foreign key in the table, but this over here, it is complicated. Because why? There is multiple foreign key over here representing the primary key from this order. So this is not unique anymore, in the sense that in this particular row, it will be confusing. So what you can do is you can combine these two as a composite key. What is the purpose of this key? Again, the key is just to allow you to extract the data more accurately. I think that's it. The class finished. I will finish up this table, all right, in the online video, all right, to finish up this table over here. Okay. I will come back